Hello and welcome again in the channel. Today's topic, as we are dealing with presently in the series soft skills. Now, today's topic is teamwork, and this is part two. Why this is part two? Because soft skills, the part one, we have already completed in the previous video. Now, we are going to deal with the second part, teamwork. Now, in order to understand teamwork, you need to understand its parts. So, these are the four parts that we have to understand: definition, causes of failure, practical necessity, and team building. So, one by one, we are going to deal. Now, the first is definition. Now, what is definition? From Unit 1, we learned that present day employers are increasingly looking for people who not only have hard skills suitable for that particular position and organization, but they are also looking for people with soft skills. The most important reason for this changed attitude of the employers and managers is the altered scenario of today's workplace, where teams rather than individuals execute a particular action. Hence, teamwork or the capacity to quickly turn a group of workers into focused executing a complex action assumes paramount importance in this scenario. So, in present day's context, it is not an individual who also deals with work. Rather, it is about the teamwork, about a team who or the team which accomplishes the work, not the individual. It is not about the soft skills, it is not about the hard skills, it is about the teamwork, and that teamwork is significant here. And then we need to understand what is group. So, group is a mere gathering of many people. When new recruits meet each other, they are a group. But the moment they are integrated into existing teams or with each other and are ready to perform one single work with many complex parts, they decide to turn themselves into a team from the earlier group. So here are new recruits, there are old ones, and when they together meet to accomplish a targeted, desired aspect or job, they form a group. Without forming a group, it is not possible to complete to accomplish that particular work. So it is not about that individual, it is again we are speaking about team. So how we are going to form the team, how we need to understand the failures of teamwork, justification of teamwork, etc. So this is the definition of a team, and this is all about a team. Team exists into a group, group consists of team. Then we need to understand in the next slide the practical necessity of a teamwork. Now, in this practical necessity of teamwork, the concept of critical path management is significant. We have to understand it because the question may be asked, what is critical path management? Give an example. In the critical path management, we understand that an individual by nature, we may remain private or secretive persons with little interest to interact with others. But since almost every other organization today consciously or unconsciously follows a workflow that can be generally described as critical path management. So it is a workflow, that critical path management, as it is termed. Every member's contribution is crucial to the completion of the work. Further, in these complex workflows, one person's contribution is time triggered for the next person's work. So, unless the previous action is completed, the rest of the process cannot proceed, even though when evaluated separately, everyone's performance is perfect. So we need to understand this critical path management. This critical path management is time triggered. So if I have to complete in a team, or the team has to complete a work within 15 days, we or I, as a team member or the team members, need to understand the time is significant. So I have to do my part crucially, significantly. The others similarly have to do their parts significantly. And in that way, a team will work. And in that way, critical path management also follows. Depending on the size of the organization or the department, the number of people in each arm may range from one to several thousands. Numbers of the variations do not significantly alter the situations in which teamwork becomes so important, because in all of them, teamwork is an essential component. So we have to understand here that teamwork is essential and it is a significant part of everything. If you as an individual try to do something, then it will not be possible. Whereas a team, if tries to do something is possible because every team member is crucial in this teamwork, and the team itself is significant here. If there are small arms like A, B, etc., and each represents only one person, then the entire schema represents one single team. A team may consist 1,000 people, but that is a single team. A team may consist 3 people, again, that is a single team. So, team members are included into a team, and team is significant to perform a duty or a job, to complete a desired work. So this is called a critical path management. You can give thousands of examples, whatever you choose. Now the next slide, let us get an example. And in this example, in the following workflow line, we can see that various groups A, B, C, D, E, etc. are working together to complete the project. Teamwork consists of both internal working of the small units and how the small arms meaningfully collaborate with each other. So this is the workflow. So the complete workflow consists of A, B, C, D, E, and as you can notice that the day 5, day 11, day 14, etc. are here. Now this is a workflow of a teamwork. How does it work? In this workflow of a team, we will find that unless team B contributes to the workflow on day 5 initiated by A, team C cannot fulfill the interim target of day 11. It may be obvious from the flowchart that even if team D or team E is individually extremely skilled and perform their assigned work on time, their alertness and efficiency may be wasted if other sections of the team are unable to carry out their work on time and in an efficient way. So it is not significant that A is and as an individual is a good worker or D is a good worker. No, the alertness is equally applicable everyone A, B, C, D, E. So everyone has responsibility in that workflow and everyone has to complete the time frame within the time framework. So it will be delayed if A is efficient and E is not. It again will be delayed if C is efficient, D is not. So in this workflow, the given example, you can use it as it is in this way. You can draw this workflow and you can give the example, you can explain it. There are several thousands examples. Let us take an example. If in an election duty consisting a team of 4 members, each one has to be adept in his or her task. If one fails to do his or her task, the entire team will suffer. So it is mandatory that everyone will be conscious about his or her work in a team. Significantly, we again need to understand the serious repercussions such failure of a teamwork may have. So it is not easy for a team to maintain everything equally and possibly well. Well, it is possible indeed, but there are serious repercussions. In heavy industries and manufacturing units, failure of one arm to execute a critical section of the entire project may lead to first huge financial loss and may jeopardize the safety of the entire workforce. So, in the heavy industries and manufacturing units, one arm means one part is not active properly or adequately. So there may be huge financial loss or may jeopardize the safety of its workforce. So the workforce may be disrupted. In service industries, too, such a failure of teamwork may lead to first massive financial loss and loss of reputation and goodwill because of the failure to deliver the product in committed time frame. So if you are asked to commit that you will deliver the product within 15 days, you have to deliver it within 15 days, and this is depending on your workflow and your consciousness about the work. So if you fail to do it, your reputation will jeopardize, your reputation rather will be destroyed. So in service industries as well as heavy industries and manufacturing units, these failure of teamwork may bring serious repercussions. In both situations, it leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. In each member of the dysfunctional team, in particular, it leads to a rather damaging professional scenario. By discouraging the efficient and committed section of the workforce, because this section often finds that their skilled and committed work is thwarted and destroyed by a section that is less committed but continues to enjoy disproportionately important damaging influence. So maybe you are not good enough, maybe you are not aware, but in your team, some people or some parts or some arms are aware of it very well and some are not. If you belong to that part which do not know properly what his or her duty is actually, then the team will suffer. Not only team will suffer, there will be damaging professional scenario. So your reputation will be destroyed first of all, and the section less committed continues to enjoy disproportionately important damage influence. So someone is enjoying the damage influence is not good enough for a team. It is not at all expected for a team. So these are the serious repercussions such failure of teamwork may have. If questions are asked in that way, you can write in this way, and there are several examples too. Now I can remember one of them. For example, Benedict Cumberbatch's movie, The Imitation Game, where Cumberbatch was an excellently high profile math genius, calculative, and someone of his team, as he commented on there in the movie, that she is slowing me down. So someone is not committed enough, someone is not fast enough. So in a teamwork, if you are not good enough, if you're not committing your workflow properly, then the entire process will be destroyed. The entire process will go astray. So these are the serious repercussions then. Now in the next slide, we have to understand the causes of failure of teamwork. So, the causes of failure of a teamwork are significant. Various reasons leading to the failure of a working group become a team. They are broadly divided into personal and collective reasons. However, following the broad direction of our discussion indicated in the previous section, we will consider such hindrances to successful teamwork to be interconnected rather than as separate categories. So, each one is connected with another. So, a list of some major hindrances, major causes of hindrance to the path of teamwork is given below. The first one is lack of a vision of a team. Second is disruptive personalities. Third one is suspicion, distrust, and inherent selfishness. And the last one is lack of interaction among team members. These are the four major causes of hindrance. These are also, if you avoid these four major causes, you can build a team. So, in the next slide, we will discuss the way forward team building, how to build a team. Now, this will act simultaneous. How? I'm going to explain. Now, here you have the team building material. The first one is lack of a vision of a team. It is as the cause of hindrance. It is also, if you amend the cause, then you can make a good team. You can build a proper team. So here you have to understand that from the least barriers of hindrances to a successful team, let us consider this one to be the most fundamental. And why? If the company hired the group or the manager entrusted with the job of fostering the group into a team does not have a clear vision regarding the team, fails to clearly communicate that vision of the members, then it is highly unlikely that in spite of this lack of communication, the group may congeal into a team. Yes, definitely it will not congeal into a team. Why? Because if you have the lack of vision that what you are going to do, and if you are not making it clear to your team members, your team will not be appropriate. Again, it will not be formed at all. The first condition of a successful team actually refers to the people responsible for making the group into a team in their capacity to convey the vision clearly and convincingly to the members. So, if you have the idea, then you have to clarify this to your team members. If you are in an election duty, supervisor, or presiding officer, it is your duty to clarify the ideas to your team members. Then your team members will help you, and together you will make a good team. So, if such people are either unclear or convinced about the nature and necessity of such a team, the team anyway will fail. It has to happen. In the next, disruptive personalities. Now, disruptive personalities and inherent selfishness are also connected, and these may seem to be rather inherent and personal traits. But in many cases, the persons whom we describe to be possessing disruptive qualities may not be aware of others' perceptions and reasons behind such perceptions of their behavior in a group. It means those people who have the disruptive personality, they will not be aware of others' intentions, what they are doing, what are their intentions in a group, in a team, or what actually they want to do. So these perceptions and reason behind such perceptions of their behavior in a group. So if you want to build something, if you have disruptive personality, will not discuss yourself among your team members. You will not understand what others think about this, and again you will not going to share your ideas to the team members. These disruptive personalities, or the people with disruptive personalities, actually do not help in a team at all. Now, in the same team building, number three is the suspicion, distrust, and inherent selfishness. Inherent selfishness too affects our actions and behavior when we act in isolation and fail to see the large picture of a group's action. For example, if I am selfish, that then I have to make myself uh, uncomfortable in a team, and I will do only what I think. So this is inherent selfishness. Remember the movie Chak De India? Two members of the team who simultaneously want to score a goal. So they are not passing the ball to one another, and the coach is noticing continuously this, because this is a failure of a teamwork. And in Chak De India, what you need to understand, the same concept of team building is properly, proportionately described and picturized. If members are made aware of both professional and material outcomes of their contributions to the teamwork, their sense of an enlightened selfishness may overcome their petty selfishness that otherwise leads to disruption in teamwork. So it will be of higher end. If you are aware of your nature, the higher extreme, what you are going to do and for what you are going to do, so what is your intention, what is your motive, aim, goal, etc. If you are clear about this, then this inherent selfishness will not affect you. You will overcome this inherent selfishness to achieve the higher goal. And this you can find in many movies, in many short stories, in many novels. You can have your examples by your own. The last one is the lack of interaction among team members. So, lack of interaction certainly can be remedied into a great extent by targeted training programs. So, there is a solution how we are going to maintain, or how we are going to completely extinguish this lack of interaction among team members. It is from the targeted training programs. Organization nowadays invest heavily in such team building exercises and training programs to enhance the sense of commitment and involvement in the team. Generally, they are very fruitful in transferring the skills and attitudes from an informal situation to a formal one. So, when your sense of commitment and involvement are clear to you, then yes, these team building exercises like targeted training programs, there are examples. If you are involved into it, if you are participating into these programs or in these programs, then you can understand that your lack of interaction will be vanished. For example, if members of a team have played a team game and enjoyed the game, they already have started investing their involvement into their team's fate. Or say if they have participated in adventure sports like rafting or trekking, they have already experienced what it is to depend on each other in close quarters and dangerous situations. So if you are not interacting, you are not doing any good. So you have to interact in order to understand your team members. You have to understand that just like your fate is covered and maintained by others, you are too maintaining someone's fate too in dangerous sports activities like rafting, trekking, etc. These are examples. So, lack of interaction among team members is a serious issue, and by targeted training programs, you can achieve this. A team member has to go through all of these exercises in order to understand how to involve into a team properly. So, this is how you can build a team. Moving on to the next part, the source. This is the source of our whole video. You can go through this book, you can follow this video. Whatever you do, you will achieve the desired targeted program. So what you need to do, you have to follow this very, very carefully. Now, what are the probable questions that you may be asked into your examination? Distinguish between a group and a team. Define teamwork with a suitable example. Describe critical path teamwork with a suitable example. Describe some of the consequences of failure of teamwork. Discuss the major reasons for failure of teamwork. Discuss how major obstacles to successful teamwork can be removed. So these questions may be asked of 2 marks, 5 marks, and 10 marks. So these are the probable questions that you need to understand. And after that, I thank you from my heart very much. Thank you very much for watching this video till to the end. Until the next part, that means the part 3 comes, then stay tuned, stay healthy, stay blessed. Thank you.